I'd like to welcome the Minister into the House. Minister, you're very welcome, and I have no doubt, Minister, that you intend to move this process on. I look forward to your deliberations. We've had a number of conversations about this issue over the last couple of months, and I just want to say a few things, Minister. Town local government should be a fundamental tier of local democracy. Reform should place town local government at the core of the system, bring local government closer to communities. The intention should not be to abolish local government, but to strengthen it. Reform has to be based on a bottom-up approach. Local government needs to be less dependent budgetarily on central government, and county and municipal government can advance the objective of operational efficiency and representational effectiveness. All of those statements, Minister, are statements you made yourself in a number of speeches that you gave in the last couple of months, and I commend you for that, because I do believe that you have at heart the desire to reform local government. The question is, Minister, how do we approach that? I believe that currently local government is being strangled to death by the hands of central government, and unless the grip is removed and oxygen is supplied urgently, local government is going to die. We have gone down a one-way street in local government for the past 10 to 15 years. The challenge for you, Minister, is to turn the vehicle around, that being local government, and drive it back up that street. We have seen the powers of local government being removed in the areas of health, education, waste management, roads, water, funding. I could go on. So the question is, are we going to reform by providing some of these powers back and new powers, or are we going to reform by reduction? And Minister, reduction has been tried, and reductionism has been tried across Europe. The previous speaker spoke in relation to some instances around Europe. I just want to give you a couple of statistics. In Britain, for example, in the 1970s, there was 1,300 local authority units. There are now 361. In Wales, there were 45. 45. There are now 32. In Scotland, there were 65. There are now 32. In Northern Ireland, our closest colleagues, the proposals on 2 occasions were to reduce the local government units from 26 to 11. Strangely enough, Sinn Féin didn't support that. They wanted to reduce it to 7. It's still going on up there. No decision has been made. But in all of the instances where they have been reduced, it has not been proved conclusively that it is more efficient. And the previous speaker referred to the document, Is Big Really So Efficient?, which should be read by every senator who has an interest in this subject. International experience will then show us that across Europe we have the complete opposite to what we have in Ireland, with the exclusion of England. In Norway, which is the same population as Ireland, there are 430 municipalities. In Croatia, similar population, there are 420. The powers of local government in Europe, across Europe and Central Europe, is completely different to the powers that are here. Local government has more meaning. I served, Minister, for 6.5 years on the Committee of the Regions, which is the local government arm of the European project, as it's called. And I saw firsthand the power and the autonomy that local government had across the European countries. In fact, some of my colleagues in the socialist group were gobsmacked when we often had discussions in relation to what little power Irish local representatives have. Your comment on town councils, Minister, I couldn't support it because there is nothing to stand it up. You comment that town councils currently are inefficient. I better quote you properly, Minister. We must honestly acknowledge that sub-county level has become an increasingly marginalised element of local government system, with problems of weakness, duplication and inconsistency. Minister, I would put it to you that town local government is a lot more efficient than the current county structure. And I would ask you to do a little bit of research in your own department of figures that were produced in relation to the provision of housing in the county of Kildare in recent years, and it will show that Kildare County Council was 6 times less efficient than a Thai Town Council in relation to the provision of housing. Just one final comment, Cathaoirleach, if I may. Democracy carries out a business, Minister, but it's not a business. And I'd like you to remember that. I wish you well in the deliberations. I think we have a lot of work to do, and I do believe if we work together that we can find a better local government system for this country. Thank you, Cathaoirleach.
Thank you very much.